Welcome back to the channel. You already know what time it is. It is World War II in the Pacific time here in late July of 1942 as the war continues. As we continue our mad scramble for securing oil for the Japanese war machine. Alright, so not too much happened in this last turn. The biggest thing, well, let's take a look at the event log. The biggest thing is this darn submarine over here. Okay, yeah, so we've lost the Battle of Midway because the deadline for that was early July. So we did not secure the Battle of Midway. Because of that, because the Americans held on to Midway in early July of 1942, they get a free escort carrier. I think he has two slots for fighters. So if we had won that, we would have got a free carrier. As we saw before, they just have too many units in Midway, so I didn't really try to go for that. Okay, so they bombed me a little bit here with my stack here, but it's ultimately not going to be enough to stop me. They did some collateral damage. We intercepted one guy. So it looks like they have a decent amount of planes. So they bombed me. Looks like these were fighters. Yeah, fighter. This is a bombardment. So one fighter, one bomber. We intercepted another bomber. And then a third bomber attacked us. A fourth bomber. So they have 4 bombers and a fighter over here. 5 bombers. 6 bombers. 7 bombers. Okay, so they have 7 bombers in China and 1 fighter. Noted. So I guess I thought I had fighter coverage over this stack, but I guess we don't. We lost a submarine over here that was keeping tabs on Midway. Our submarine situation is not looking good, ladies and gentlemen. That's unfortunate. So they came over here and they pillaged a bunch of fishing boats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ultimately, they ended up sacrificing their carrier or their submarine to do all this damage because we're about to come sink them in a moment. But yeah, that's still unfortunate. Okay, look at this. We intercepted someone. Okay, so I mean, other than those fishing boats and taking some hits from bombers over in China. Not too much happened with the enemies in this last turn. Okay, a Dutch merchant ship. What are you gonna do? All right, let's take our turn. Yeah, so I guess they sacrificed their submarine to crush one more fishing boat. The submarine, at least our submarine, has a cost of 360, and each merchant ship costs 72 production. So actually, I mean, I don't know if that was worth it hammer-wise, because actually, I don't know. They're ultimately sacrificing more hammers. If it's, I mean, who knows, like, how much one hammer is worth to me versus how much it's worth to them. But anyways, let's destroy this darn submarine. Yeah, so we're going to have to, I mean, it looks like we're not starving. So not a huge rush in getting these fishing boats back up, but I would like to, eventually get them up. So that's still unfortunate. Anyways, not the end of the world. I don't know, like, that must have been the same submarine that came over here and destroyed this fishing boat right here. So I don't know. I don't know how we snuck in here and how we snuck out of there. It was a big ol' mess. Anyways, that problem is hopefully taken care of. We're looking for submarines every turn. We're doing our best to find them. But, there's only so much ground we can cover with each. With our Air Force and our destroyer. I don't see anyone. Alright, let's come on back here to Tokyo. We can heal you. Okay, let's do our combat first. So we already saw the Chinese situation. I think let's see if we can go ahead and strike Chungking this turn. We're probably going to want to... Well... I guess you were on intercepting. You might have been healing. I don't know why you didn't intercept those bombers. Because I guess you just were on intercepting for whatever reason. Anyways, you're going to be on intercepting now. We'd probably need to get some more fighters over here. But, we were short on... we're short on oil, so that's going to be tough. Anyways, these guys are sufficiently healed. They'll heal next turn. So they can stop, because I had them stop intercepting to heal, but now I think we can put them back on intercepting. And as long as they don't take any damage, they'll be healing. Alright. So I'm assuming they sent their one fighter over here to Chungking, or to my stack here. So I'm assuming they don't have any more interceptors in the air. So I'm just gonna, well, let's use our artillery first, right? I'll give you city bombard damage so we can take out more defenses. And let's hit the city. Oh! We completely shattered their defenses, and we actually even did some collateral damage. Alright, let's see about hitting them with a bombing run. Okay, good. So no interception. We did not get intercepted by any fighter. They probably should have saved that one fighter for interception, but whatever. I'm not about to interrupt them from making mistakes. Because we can heal. As you can see, we're not that hurt. We'll just take an extra turn to heal up. I think I want to hit them with another bombing run. Because we're still marching over here to Kunming. This is going to shatter the Chinese economy when we take this. This is their Wall Street city. Let me take a look, actually, before I take the city. So yeah, they have their corporation here in Chungking. That's the only world wonder. I don't think I can see where they have their national wonders, but I can see Wall Street here. I can see their Mount Rushmore here. And I guess that's Oxford University, right? So this is their science and their wealth city, kind of like our capital is our science and wealth city. So this is going to really shatter the Chinese economy. Not that it's strong to begin with. Anyways, enough chit-chat. Let's take it. What are we looking at here? 51. Yeah, I'm not too excited about 51. I don't want to take casualties if I can help it. Any more bombers we have in the area? Not seeing any. I thought I have one, yeah, over Taiwan. I guess if I upgrade you to gunpowder, I think I'd rather give you plus 25% versus gunpowder units than give you one more operational range. Your operational range is already plenty. Evasion chance. That would bump it up to 35%. I mean, usually I don't send bombing raids unless I have air superiority anyway. So I'm not too worried about the invasion chance. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you pinch, which I'm assuming is going to help you hurt this guy. Alright. 65. Can we do a little bit more? Or is that all our bombers in the area? I thought I have... Could have sworn I had a... Well, you're healing. What about you? Because I don't think we're going to use this bomber down south for anything. Because we're kind of stagnant in our... Well... No, we're not. Okay, so yeah, let's use you against the Chinese city of Chungking. One more, hopefully, bombing raid. Hopefully we should be good to take this city now. What are we looking at? Well, 69% for our tanks. I don't want to sacrifice a tank. I'd rather send in an infantry, I think. 50%. Not a medic. Yeah, we lost. Okay. Alright, so we lost 2 infantry, but I don't think that's the end of the world. I think we should be good now. Yeah, let's send in our infantry. Clear the way. 72. Still not excited about 84%. Okay, we're losing too many people. We're above 50% odds and we've lost 3 people. Yeah, they got a great general here, but that's not going to help them. Alright, let's march into Chungking. Alrighty. Okay, Okay, remarkably, they still have culture over here. How do they still have culture right here? I guess from Kunming. I did say before, like, basically all our infantry here already has amphibious. So I'm actually gonna probably just come here on this lumber mill because it has a defensive bonus and there's a railroad on it, so I can kind of quickly move over here if I need to. Let me see. So, British infantry. There's 2 Indian infantry and a British infantry. Overall, we're dealing with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 infantry and 2 fighters. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Yeah, we're definitely gonna be hitting them with bombing raids next turn. Hopefully they get their P-40 Warhawks out of here, so they're not gonna be intercepting my bombers. I just realized I don't have artillery here, but I don't think I need it, hopefully. Yeah, I'll just move on to this tile. And basically everyone here has amphibious except for the tanks, and the tanks can just cross the river and then attack from there next turn. I'm going to do my best to make sure Kunming falls next turn. Okay. Interesting. Got our cavalry units here. I'm going to move you onto this town tile. So they're within striking distance of Kunming if they need to be. But if they want to attack me, they're probably going to have to cross the river. At least the British infantry. So we're going to come here. Yeah, we're just doing nothing with you. Alright, so I'm really happy with how the Chinese front is progressing. I'm not worried about these random infantry on these two forts. We have a bigger target to attack, and that is Burma. We need to secure this oil ASAP. So it looks like we're on track to even probably take this city next turn. I don't know if there are people in it that's going to be able to stop us. Enough people in it. Obviously there's people in it. So let's come on over here. And I'm sure they've spotted my army here. But they're probably stretched too thin, I would imagine, trying to defend this Chinese city. And we already saw they don't have a lot of people here to begin with. Okay, we have this stack coming over here. Hey, stop sending me over here. I'm dealing with China right now. Alright. So Forest Hill, 75%. I think we're good to have our artillery just protected by this one infantry. I don't think they're gonna... Yeah. Those Chinese might really choose to come attack me, but... Yeah. Alright. Where's our transport? What's our situation? You're still right here. We dropped off that garrison. We're gonna come over here. You know what? Before I make my next move, we saw there was a submarine here who was healing, and the maritime patrol aircraft. Okay, so hopefully we can take that submarine and that maritime patrol aircraft by surprise, because that submarine is healing. So let's get you back over here. Skip your turn. This transport, yep, we are going to go ahead and pick up this infantry. Send you. And next turn, can we... Okay, so next turn, we should be able to take this city of Attu. Finally, our invasion of the Aleutian Islands will be commencing. It was a bit of a debacle, as you guys remember from a few turns ago, but hey, better late than never. We lost the transport. That was my biggest facepalm. Oh, I forgot to put a railroad here on this mine. Wow. Thought I had all my railroads up on the mines. Okay, let's get that. Got our Marines up with our newly improved Marines, because now we have amphibious operations. So he's a Marine of 42, strength 28. Right. But we have no transports to take you anywhere, so we're just keeping you, yeah, fortified here. God, we need transports. We need so many transports. This oil situation. They're doing a number on me, guys. Doing a number on me. I do want to probably improve this oil first. So maybe next turn we're gonna come over here and get this oil up. So skip your turn. Anyways, okay, let's do something. Yes, we got our railroads connecting all our cities that we need to be connected. Boom. This 0 has a range of 16. So kind of like the bomber, when you already have a range of 16, I don't know if I would rather give you another operational range or another combat promotion. I think I'd rather give you another combat. Just because, I mean, he's doing such an excellent job of shooting down fighters. And I only want him to really cover the island of Borneo anyway. So, combat it is with intercept. What is this transport? I think he's coming over here. Yeah, we're sending this transport over here to the Pacific front, where we have our fleet. Good to go. Yes, sir. So the question is, where is the American fleet and how strong is it? Those are two very important questions. We basically have 5 zeros good to go. I'm going to keep this 0 healing. But every other 0 is good to be on interception mode. We can make a move onto the city and reclaim it. We can also probably... Can we come over here? No, that's too far away. Really? We can reach here, but not here? Okay. Right, we're gonna send recon mission over here. Their interceptor is still intercepting. I'm gonna assume they do not have enough air power to break through the defenses of my zeros. And they do not have enough naval power to break through the defenses of all these cruisers and battleships, and including these guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically move my entire fleet here and just take this city, because I want to get this forward outpost established. Because it is a step closer to Pearl Harbor, and I'm trying to push the momentum into the Americans while we have the advantage, presumably. While we've taken out all their carriers from a few turns ago. And that additional carrier, a few turns after that, I think over here somewhere. Okay. Right. So let's go for it. We're going to come on over here. Boom. Okay, well, hold on. Let me do one more air mission. I want to probably make a move and scout out Tarawa. Boom. Alright. No one. Okay, just like before. Just making sure. And I don't know if the American fleet is somewhere over here. I don't know. Or how big it is. I wish I had intelligence on them. Right. Okay. So yeah, we're going to continue. Alrighty. This might be overkill. You know, probably is overkill. But they have one GI here. Let's, okay. Deselect all these guys and let's bombard them. So they're hurt. Their GI is hurt. What's our marine looking at? 42%? That's not good enough. We're gonna have to come over here and hit them with some more bombardments. Good. So now he's at 11.9 health. This should be okay, right? 87. Why did we lose 87? Why? Anyways, you go. All right. Excellent. So, I think we need to just use the rest of our dive bombers, just kind of scouting out the area. Well, I probably should have actually used these guys to patrol first before I sent my entire navy over here. So let's do that now. Range of 4 is not cutting it in the Pacific Theater. I need to move you somewhere else. Yeah, we need our zeros in the Pacific Theater who have a large interception range. This guy with a range of 4, I probably just should move you to Borneo, where you don't need to be as rangeful. Is that a word? I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. Alright, interceptions. We got a flak here. I guess I'll move you here. And the next turn when I get this railroad built, I want to move you here. We can get this flak on this oil well. Alright. Yeah, let me finish my movement over here with all my ships. Desperately look around for any American ships nearby. So generally the ships in this mod have a battleships have a little less, but the cruisers have a range of 22. So if they were to come from Pearl Harbor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, so I mean, they can't just sail from Pearl Harbor to get here in one turn. Maybe they could get a carrier within range, but we have all these zeros over here. Which makes it not a problem. I think we have naval superiority, and we got to push it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm so bold to think that we could take Pearl Harbor, but we might be able to take Johnston and this other city, Palmyra. I haven't even really looked at that. A lot of other random cities over here. Anyways, we're just gonna keep on scouting, I suppose. It's the only thing we can do with all these guys. You never know if there's a random submarine somewhere either. Yeah, I guess we're good. Might as well move them than not know, but... Alright. So now we have only one transport. Hopefully this transport can be used to offload an Tarawa next turn. We should almost certainly be able to take that city. Actually, I don't know if I wanted to take that city. I might even push forward further into Johnston Island next turn. It depends on what they have over here. I think we're good to skip our turn here with those remaining people. Okay, we're just stacking up on infantry with nowhere to send them because we don't have transports. I do need to get more Marines in Tokyo. Airdrop them over here to the Pacific Front. Alright, we're making a railroad here. Like I said, I do want to continue making a railroad over here in southern China. I'll go ahead and send this worker here to get that tile improved 1 turn faster. And this other worker... we're training more workers here all the time. So this worker can come over here. Let's get that spice improved. Why not? There we go. Yeah, let's just get that improved real quick. Easy 1 food and 2 commerce tile. Boom. This guy, I think I'll just have you come get a railroad on that lumber mill. And you, we got another worker. Ooh. Let's come get a mine on this hill tile. Because remember, we do have an aircraft carrier, an aircraft factory here in Shanghai, so I do want to get as much production going on here as we can. Our cavalry. We have protected our workers while we made the coal mine here. Do kind of want to get you guys more in an aggressive position. I'll skip your turn here. All these infantry. I suppose all these infantry... I don't know. Where do I... It might... Okay, so I'm actually considering where I should put the railroad. Rather than putting it over here in southern China and coming over here, I think it would just be more efficient if I just made a railroad. Because I'm planning on taking this city very shortly, right? Having cultural control over all these tiles. Maybe I should just go ahead and make the railroad right over here through Chengde and through Kunming over here. So I'm going to skip this turn for these infantry. Just 1 more turn. Alright, we got to move in some people to protect Chungking. Although I don't think there's a counterattack imminent. Alright. Obviously, we need to keep some people to protect the artillery on the stack. Let me send the medic here. Why would you... Anyways. That's good. Alright, Destroyer. I guess we've somehow failed to find that 1 submarine. Unfortunately. But that's okay. Got a Marine here. I don't know. Come join the attack against Burma. Need all hands on deck over here. Okay, so what do we do with our forces here? I did say I want to probably make a invasion of Kopang here because I think there's just 1 garrison. So, okay, I might just come sink this merchant ship to get 1 more XP so I can give you another promotion. Why not? Okay, good. Now you're at half health almost. Well, a little bit more than half health. I kind of want to get you just healed up. But I do want to get some recon on Kopang, so I'm actually going to do that. Alright. So we're not able to take this city... I can only walk into a city with a paratrooper if the city's already abandoned. I can't do a pair drop and then attack the same turn. So this turn, we're just going to hit them with the bombers. We're going to hit their defenses. So let's do that. Soften it up as much as we can. Next turn, I'll hit their units so we can. Yeah, see, so we can't attack. So we're gonna take a little bit of damage from the malaria jungle. That's okay. Skip your turn. Oh, we can come back here, so let's come back. All right. Zeros, I'm going to have them continue intercepting. Battleships can come over here and hit them for the fun of it. The dive bombers. Boom. Dive bombers can, yeah, hit their defenses. Whoa! Oh, they're not within range. I was like, how'd you only decrease it by 1%? But you can see why dive bombers aren't great at taking out defenses. So they're better used against attacking ships. Well, maybe I'll use these couple dive bombers just to attack these, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I cannot finish off the transport if I try. Let's come back here. Skip your turn. Skip your turn. Alright, got a dive bomber here. Our Navy has left, but we do have a couple paratroopers. But I think they probably still have a lot of people here in Port Moresby. And presumably here as well. I don't really want to come land a paratrooper on the jungle. This city's pretty much got to be taken through amphibious landing. Because I'm not marching through damaged 10% jungles to get over here. Or here, for that matter. So let's come do a recon mission. Oh, they got fighters over here now. Good for you. So what do we do with our dive bombers now? Yeah, range of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess they're able to cover this city as well. Darn it. Okay, we can scout it out anyways. Ooh, submarine. Wish I could hit that. Can I? I doubt I can. 24th Interception Group. That's not one of these guys, is it? No, I don't think it is. So there's some other fighter that intercepted me. And that's not worth it to, There we go. There he is. All the American transports here. I'll heal you. Okay, so our bombers pretty much had nothing to do this turn. That's okay. I think I'm going to just keep my paratroopers where they're at for this turn. I'm not super adamant about sending them out without naval protection at the moment. Especially with all these planes in the air. So, yeah. I don't know what to do with you. I don't know if there's anywhere we can even... I will come scout that. Okay. Garrison. I think I need to get a garrison in this city, so come here. Good, good. We're getting the production of this city up and running, because I think we made a levee here. Now we're making a factory. We chopped down that forest, now we got a mine here. Yeah, looking good. Well, I kind of don't want these flags sitting here waiting for orders, so I'm just going to send them over here. You as well. Send you over here. I don't know if that was a mistake, because I don't know where the submarines are, but we'll go ahead and fish that fishing spot. Come over here. Bomber. Still want to keep a solid eye on Singapore and the Malay Peninsula. Good God, that's still a fortress, but we're not making any moves there right now. So honestly, he can just sit here making a fortress out of Singapore, and we're just not going to touch him. We're going to let him just congregate there. Does he have transports there? That is a question. Where are his transports? I don't see a single transport. Okay, if he had transports here, I'd be worried, because then he could launch an amphibious invasion of Borneo. But he does not. He doesn't have a single transport over here. Not to say he can't bring in more later on, but yeah. Alright. I kind of want to move this to 0. Perhaps over here. Yes, I'm going to move this 0 over here. And this other puny fighter with a range of 4. I'm going to move this 0 spot. Where was he? Right here? Yeah. We got enough zeros over here, so that's fine. As long as we can control those, as long as we can contest the skies above those 2 oil wells, that's all that fighter needs to be able to do. Don't know if there's someone we can pick up in the area. You're making a garrison. Why are you making a garrison? I don't remember telling you to make a garrison. I usually have the cities make wealth. Whatever. I'll switch you to, yeah, our paratroopers are standing down. We have an amphibious guy here. But we still have all these transports in the area. So I kind of wanted to just play a little bit defensively, because I don't know if they're going to come attack me in my cities over here. Meanwhile, my transport here. Can't get there. Can't get there. You'll, come here. Just skip your turn here. These bombers gotta move somewhere. You know, I'm actually gonna move them to the Burmese front. Get them ready to help take Burma. So they're gonna move to Hanoi. Fortify. All right. That's all the movement. Let's take care of our city orders. Not enough hammers here to justify a factory. We're just gonna keep cranking out garrisons every... Well, there's a lot of food here. I think I'd probably be better off if I just trained workers with all this extra food here. Right? So, that's what I'll do. Merchant ship. Yeah, same deal. I don't know if I want to... I'll train workers. Because I want to have workers moving up with my Burmese army, building a railroad as I go. So I need 3 workers on a tile to make a railroad every turn. So if I move 3 workers onto a tile and I click build railroad, they'll get it built that turn immediately. So I want to have 3 workers move up with my Burmese army is what I'm saying. Good. Let's move that tile. Let's get a mine here, get a mine here, mine here. Let's move that tile. We're actually a little bit close to the happiness cap. We have power. We have a factory. We have an aircraft plant. Oh, if only we could put that to use. Maybe I'll take I'll try to spy here real quick. No, we're good. We're good. Make our turn. Have you make a merchant ship. I think let's back off some of these spies and like let the city grow a little bit. Because we're not in a golden age anymore, so I want to work these 2 food towers. I know we're at the health cap, but we can grow a little bit more. I want to work those 2 food, 2 commerce tiles. Marine, we're going to... I do want to continue training Marines, especially while we don't have oil. Got a barracks here. We do have the Japanese manpower. So we can train a Japanese infantry. So I'll do just that. Alright. What else would I like to take care of this turn? Couple people here, I just realized. But of course our vassals should be able to hold him off. And I'm sure he's gonna notice me here next turn. I think the line of sight works like that, that you can see through the city and the jungle and see my massive military here. Yeah, so hopefully, if things go well, we should be able to take this city next turn, and Kunming next turn. So hopefully we can make some massive progress over here. Our first attack in Burma, and really solidifying our hold in southern China. This corporation's only in 2 cities, okay, it's whatever. But, I don't know, actually. Chungking Coal Corporation. Oh, it just gives a lot of culture. What does it compete with? Presumably my other... yeah, Kawasaki and Mitsubishi. Okay, so I'm not spreading Chungking anywhere. Because I don't really care about culture. That's why these cities have... That's why their culture is all over these, tiles, because they have a corporation that gives culture. But it's only in these 2 cities, it looks like. Anyways, I saw I could train a Kawasaki executive, and I still need to spread it over here. Mitsubishi, excuse me. Can I build that over here? Yeah, let's get this trained. Well, no, I want to get a factory built here. Actually, I'm overthinking that. Let's do that. Right, so we are in an interesting situation in this game. Of course, Singapore is a massive dagger in my back that doesn't seem to be going anywhere, but I don't want it to be in my back. So, I'm not pleased with it, but it is what it is. New Guinea turned out to be a little bit harder to take than I originally thought, because what the heck? When did they get all these people here? But I think they weren't... I kind of pulled a bait and switch on them, because my navy left, and we sailed over here and took Kwajalein. I'm assuming they're going to start scrambling, because I think the UK, the Commonwealth, is definitely the stronger of the 2 allied powers right now. If you look at the victory cities, looks like Commonwealth has 6, America 3, Netherlands 1, and I have 10. So we're actually tied in victory cities. Not that I think it counts too much, because we did take Chungking this turn, and we also took Kwajalein. Depending on what happens next turn, I might make a move over here to Johnson Island. I don't know if that's a mistake. I don't know what awaits for me in Pearl Harbor, their navy, but I think we have the Pacific supremacy to take on the Americans. So we got to push them before they start getting more, before they start building more carriers and units and all that. Okay, we're making West Point. I do want to make Red Cross. I can't make it in Tokyo. Where is our second most or third most productive city besides Sendai and Tokyo? That is Canton, which has Chinese manpower. Osaka is our 4th. That's a whopping 12 turns. Canton. Where's Canton? I could just have the city dedicate itself to training garrisons, and all the garrisons will have medic, I suppose, right? So with that being said, maybe I'll start production of the Red Cross here. Because, like, I could put a mine here, mine here, mine here. I could build a quarry on this mine. I could put a lumber mill here. There's a lot more hammers to be found in this city. Right? I could seal this mine from Changsha. We're kind of... Maybe I should make a library here. Because I don't want to work citizens, and we're still growing. Let me make a... yeah, let me make a library. So we can put those extra citizens into scientists. Let's turn down our science a bit. Let's get positive again. 3 turns to armored flight deck, where we unlock the upgrade for our 0. Hopefully we have secured oil by then. Really hoping we do that. So yeah, we're training plenty of workers over here in Indochina. These workers will be coming over here to help build railroads to facilitate movement, and, of course, to build the all-important oil well, which, dear God, we need. Yeah. Who's our next great person? 3 turns in Tokyo, but that's probably going to be another engineer, right? Yeah, almost certainly. I don't know what I'll do with another engineer. Should I settle you? Nah, probably bulb you, right? 4,500 beakers for sloped armor. That's like a third of the cost. Or a bit more than a third. Unlocks the next tank upgrade. I mean, tanks are nice, but I mean, I really am not finding too much of a use for tanks. Like, this is really the Pacific War, honestly. Like, tanks are like, I'm using them in China. But if they weren't there, I wouldn't really notice. I suppose, I mean, I don't know, whatever. It does lead to self-propelled artillery. Okay. Anyways, I think that's a good place to stop because we've run out of things to do. I'm overall happy with this turn. We took the Chinese capital, after all. And we took one of these cities back from the Americans. A victory city, Kwajalein. So now we have 10 victory cities. About damn time. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? Hopefully I can pull off taking the city of Atu next turn. And I can steal that submarine and catch that guy by surprise. Okay, fingers crossed for next turn. I'd like to pull that off. Even though it's not really helpful for the overall strategic picture. It'll give me a small little victory that'll make me grin. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Late July of 1942. This is an interesting game. I don't know how else to say it. Okay. They love me. They love me. Okay. They really love me. Okay. Yeah, stay tuned for more. Take care.